What's up, people lovers? Short notice Showmatch. Mr. Vivi against MbL, $200. Settings here at the side. And they did draft some civilizations here for game number 1. MbL is picking the Huns. And on the other side, we have Vivi playing Mongols. I think we want to keep those colors. And, or is that something wrong? No, okay. That's friend foe colors or MbL blue. I think I want to have. Let's stay this way. So we're looking Vivi. He didn't get a lot of tower civilizations. We will take a look at those a bit later here. No capture age. Hello. Yeah, for the first match it always takes a solid 10 seconds to get there. So this will be all Arabia gold, not too pretty here at the front. For Vivi has one solid one in the back though. Solid woodline at the front, MbL everything in the back, and Mr. John Slow, welcome. Perfect timing for you guys joining the action. Ugly stone spots at the front from a guy who most of the time will be defending. A lot of aggression from Vivi. Also pretty bad gold spots, all three at the front here. I think I only have one timeout there here. Yeah, you surprisingly behave well here. Well, we were shocked last time we checked, right? First game restart. Well, wouldn't surprise me if MbL goes for it. We have 2 restarts each, so it could be a restart fast for sure. MbL says, thanks for waking me up. Ah, you woke him up? Okay. And 3:55, game number 1 won't be restarted, so we are in the normal action. Ball number 2 is coming in, and well, let's see how good the series will be before we praise Nikov and thank him for saving the day. Now we have the small pause. Going on to the berries quite late. What's this about a Clown Cup 2? We had several Clown Cups. Even more than 2. Is that a sheep missing? Why is he only having 3 sheep? I'm a bit surprised. Was he missing some? Oh yeah. MbL actually missing some sheep and still went scouting. Quite interesting. Most of the time he's the guy who stays at home and pushes some deer, which are pretty bad as well. We are playing normal Arabia, by the way. So Chinese choice by MbL, kind of questionable as well. I guess laming is allowed, right? Yeah, very likely. Second boar really late. Pop 18 by Mongols player. Extremely surprising to me. They only have 40 food in their hands. 1 farm already. Not your typical build up here for sure. Guys, please respect the language. And MbL is now going back. Isn't that interesting? Maybe to push some deer. He scouted some of the stuff at the front. Didn't see the woodline and then went back. This is so weird to me. Why does he think, okay, that's exactly what I needed to scout, and then goes back? Interesting. Plays pop 20. Vivi plays pop 21. Should reach fuel with a massive amount of resources. As you can see, now clicks up and even has 120 food directly in the bank. You can ban mods? Yes, I can. And now first deer pushed in. Still lacking the 2 sheep, so he was completely out of food there. Maybe that was the reason why he felt going back was necessary. Could micro a bit better with his villager here. Nikov doesn't like the pop 21 too much either. Can we switch something there? Not really. And hello, my guys. Barracks out here now. MbL, he maybe could have seen the wolf. Don't know about this, but he sees the villagers. Or did he? Yes, he did. And is now going back, sees the scout there as well, and knows about the forward. Forward, game number 1. And MbL goes into the archery range. Most of the time we would expect scouts out of him, but scouts on the short distance not scaling too well, so did probably adjust, and now we see some defense there. Moves 4 villagers out, tries to go on to stone, but as we mentioned earlier, all his resources very much in the open. Gold, 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 stone, stone here. And now the first shenanigans over at the front. Horse color versus forward. Well, he had a reasonable amount of resources there. But yeah, also something I noted. Meanwhile, that's a tower that should never go up. Vivi, that's a like 0% chance tower, right? MbL, he can just easily send 5 villagers and build a counter tower, or could have just rushed that one down. Is already on stone here at the top, 3 villagers, so he's super fine. Even build an archer to take a bit better fight. Oh, stragglers are getting lamed. Interesting move here. He seems to be more sleepy than MbL. Well, MbL, tricky to be more sleepy, right? He just woke up 3 p.m. in his time zone, I believe. Yeah, pretty sure. Okay, enough stone for a second tower. Now waltz the archery range, and honestly, I didn't like that play of Vivi too much. Villagers still fighting off some low HP units here. KD at the moment 4-2. And now trying to fight down the archer. Archer goes down. Only 5 gold for Vivi, for MbL behind this. Continues to wall in the archery range. Production continues with the skirmishes. Scout is ready to deal some damage here. But Scout might die from MbL. Yeah, was clicking it away. Villager still fighting. And KD 5-4. Somewhat evened out now. Thing is, Vivi not on stone. MbL is on stone. And keeps those 3 villagers working. Therefore, his eco not that pretty. 1 villager behind now after he lost one. Gets another snipe. Beautiful job there by MbL. Skirm count at the moment at 6-5. Continues to micro away. Defensive tower at a weird spot at the top there. I'm a bit surprised. Maybe trying to rush that down with 3 villagers on his own. So both towers will go up. I think that could have been the spot where you just pull those 3 villagers and try to attack Vivi, who now is even going back. Sees, okay, maybe just forcing you into 1 defensive tower is good enough for me. Isn't using a second lumber camp, but in general, eco of MbL should be a bit better. Sniping some skirmishes, and Nilistradamus is predicting a stable at home, and oh boy, indeed, Vivi is building one there, and yeah, looks pretty solid for MbL. Is only 1 villager ahead though. Yeah, if I was sponsoring the Showmatch, I would have advertised it a bit earlier. But welcome, welcome, everyone here. First scout, let's see what he can achieve with that one. And does he want to show his tech? He's not saving too much at the moment. Look at that, another sneaky villager with 28 HP. Skirmishes now, sniping the spearman, and now probably need to go back. Spearman production now from MbL started as well, coming to the front, and I heard a stable from MbL as well. Did distribute his villagers a bit better over the 2 wood lines now. Nice low resources by him. Vivi? Well, with some wood floating there. And let's take a look. That could be a really sneaky tower. How's the vision of MbL looking there? Oh, he would have zero idea if that tower goes up. And on the other side, Vivi? Well, he knows about it. He's moving around quite nicely. Lovely move. 129 stone still in the bank for him. Now moves over and gets some more stone for himself. Oh, but MbL now with the aggression. And now Vivi has a tough decision to make. Defensive tower or aggressive tower. And, well, he goes for the defensive one first. Stays on more scouts. Interesting move there. And honestly, that tower isn't great when it comes to protecting the gold. Won't really deny that one. And Vivi, he cannot punish the front. Only has 3.5 villagers on stone. Make it 4.5 now. Another tower. MbL is playing this pretty much reverse here. Sneaky archer range by Vivi, and that's something he really does not want to show. MbL, ooh, that was closely out of his vision. Interesting. We're just in the tower, and the trash continues over at the farms. Vivi, 134 stone. Is it the tower or is it the defensive tower? He goes for the defensive tower first. Now sends some villagers over there. That's a lot of scouts. 7 scouts though. Is he trying to take this fight against 2 spearmen? Anti-micro deluxe there. Eats a lot of hits. And oh god, that was 4 scouts already going down. Now taking the fight against the villager here. More scouts off. MbL are coming over. He's ahead by 2 villagers and has a nice military lead here. As you can see at the moment, 13-5. Yeah, tower is stopped. Tower of Vivi is dealing some damage, but those were heavy losses. Not really focusing down the spearmen to perfection there. Going for another tower. And finally the sneaky tower. MbL could potentially move over here to the right hand side. Archer range and barracks has been deleted. So that he doesn't jump there. I don't like it too much, honestly. In times where we properly use MQ. But hey, maybe he doesn't. The Wrecking Ball. Thank you so much for 10 months of support. Woodline kind of stopped at the top. Lots of villagers on stone now. I think that's a tower that wasn't necessary, but I didn't see the scouts. Okay, tower now goes up here. How can MbL react to that? Let's go into his point of view. Still active at the front. Those 2 towers overlapping. Even builds a 3rd tower to protect those 2 a bit better. Is on stone, has 800 food, 200 gold, but now sees the tower in the back here and needs to run. Has 227 wood in the bank, so can easily go for another lumber camp. And, well, still has the safe wood line, so won't be the biggest issue. But now getting raided at his gold here, and, well, that won't be the biggest production if he's getting pushed away from that. Spearman should be doing a great job against the scout. Should get the easy kill, but villagers still full HP. Might even get the tower up. As we all know, spearmen and skirmishes, not really the ones with the damage output. Tower behind here would be really lovely. But unlikely scenario. Tower of Vivi doing some job, and as we can see, Vivi is still going on to more scouts. Tries to stay active here. Can MbL clear it up? How much gold is he getting? 3 villagers on gold at the moment. Still has access to that gold if he wanted to, though. Is on stone as well, so TC not out of the question once he reaches Castle Age. Wheelbarrow timing now by Vivi. Goes for another lumber camp. More sneaky villagers trying to block that woodline as well. Vivi should know about it. Yep, sees the trees being chopped. Finding the blacksmith. Wouldn't be surprised to see fletching pretty soon. That tower goes up. Does MbL not see it? He does, but simply didn't know how to react. Maybe builds a defensive tower now. Indeed, he will. Tower should go up. Scouts around, though, and those are a bit better when it comes to dealing damage. MbL not getting any production rolling. Completely at the bottom there with his gold count. Cannot go for any knights. I'm a bit surprised. Tower will go up. Spearmen, are they trying to force an engagement? Not really. Sneaky tower here, and with fletching he should be able to do quite a bit. Trying to rush this one down. Vivi still at the limit with all his resources, as we can see. Still full feudal age play by him. MbL did pull all his villagers away and built the tower there. So, that could be some losses for MbL. Is going away with his scouts. Will lose one villager. Might be more. Actually, that could be 3 dead villagers. And MbL, that was a poor reaction by him. Could have maybe waited for the tower to do the job. And I'm really surprised that he isn't going for the gold at the side. Tower now active at that side, and MbL, he has to be annoyed. Look at his point of view. Did have zero idea about this one. Where is he moving now? Somewhere to the front. Oh, TC in the center of the map. And Vivi's point of view, he has no idea of this happening. Builds another tower. Will he see some villagers moving? Doesn't look like it. What an aggressive game number 1, and Vivi is really playing full Vivi style here. Honestly, this is just one counter tower, and then he can chop away those 6 trees. And I think Vivi should see the villagers moving, right? Oh, now he sees it. Now he sees everything. That one scout, given all the intel in the world. You have to make Town Watch against Vivi. Certainly a great upgrade against someone who is very active when it comes to forwarding. And you can see scale barding armor even for Vivi. Delays his castle age timing even further. Already has forging and bloodlines on the scouts, so we'll have all upgrades. And I think the lumber camps mostly see the towers. No, they don't. I'm not even sure. What's the line of sight of a lumber camp? And that's like... So that's 1 tile, 2 tiles, 3 tiles, 4 tiles. So 5 tiles here. And Town Watch is +2. So he won't see enough. The tower has 8 range. Okay, this one is up now. That's all the eco of MbL, who has a small population deficit. That's a really good tower, in my opinion. Uh-oh, and Vivi's army is completely getting slaughtered here, running into the TC. Ay, that is ugly. Losing 2 scouts and eating 2 more volleys after that. And, well, MbL just in a fine spot. Town Watch is +4. Okay. Well, then I will take everything back. One spearman here, doing God's work. Double stable from Vivi. Tries to get the defensive tower up. Kills another villager of MbL, who is now only 2 villagers ahead. And Vivi, he loses another group of his army. Ay, heavy losses there. Town Watch is +4. Interesting. He knew that the TC was there. Maybe misgrouping. Sometimes tricky to say. Okay, that tower was stopped. And for the first time, MbL has solid gold income after reaching Castle Age. I was fearing that there was a mining camp for that gold. But no, it wasn't. Uh-oh, and those scouts, they can't take a fight against those knights. I think this might be game over if the tower behind this is going up. Knights losing a lot of HP, though. Scout numbers are just really solid. It seems like Vivi is still winning this one. What a game here. Brutal play. Spearman now dealing with that tower. Tower behind there. Denied for now, and as you can see... Oh! Trying to rush that tower down didn't work too well. Well, he did kill the tower, but lost a villager there. Still a lot of idols under the TC. And the next engagement. Where are the spearmen? Where are the knights? Only 1 knight. Won't be enough. I think the scouts will do a good job against the villagers. And MbL needs to pull those away again. Vivi with 600 stone in the bank. Now goes for the market. Wants to balance his eco a bit. And Knight is going down. But so do all the spearmen. Skirms. Now want to fight again. Scouts eating those 3 villagers. Let's take a look. Can MbL react in time? 1 down. 2 down. Third one safe though. Spearman Archer raid. That woodline is still open. And MbL, yes, everything basically in this small area. 39 of his 58 population. All on this single screen. Scouts are now moving around. Let's take a look. Oh, scouting another TC here. Let's take a look. Can they find some kills? Doesn't look like it. Fudiko, not the prettiest one either. Vivi using the market and is now up. Defensive tower wants to save his farms there. Although that's actually not the scariest tower, but maybe the follow one up. Follow up one. Classic 38-minute castle edge time. Well, from Vivi. Not something we have never seen. Oh, but the Knights numbers are now looking pretty sexy. Actually, more scouts in production by Vivi. That's pretty sick. Backdoor. Thanks, my man. Spearman doing an okay-ish job there, but only 2 is not enough. They just need to be pulled. Archer will go down as well. Scums at the front. Should die to the scouts coming in. And Vivi, I think, just start off with a circle of camels. And then he shouldn't be in too bad of a position, in my opinion. Towering continues here. Interesting that MbL is going for the backup towers. Always goes for the Trinity. A bit surprising to me. Where did that side stopped? Oh, and killing that tower is so good. Allowing himself access to his main gold spot. Maybe now Castle Age. Both with the same population. What a crazy game number 1 here in this series. So many towers. Look at Vivi's space. So many different buildings. Weirdly placed. Doesn't really know where to go. Barracks number 3, by the way. That is number 3. That was number 1. And number 2 was here at the side. And, oh, lovely. Trash against that stone spot. Does MbL see it? Well, he sees the villager, but actually on the minimap, but so tricky to spot. Night production from Vivi. Wants to go for the raid here, and, well, instant reaction by MbL. Now goes for a monastery as well. Lovely stuff. Arabia only indeed. If we could use guard tower, I would love to see that, yeah. Now expands. TC number 2 and 3. Stays active there. Some villager killed at the front. And... whew. Not an easy defense here for MbL. Population dead even at 86 here. Vivi with a bit more army. MbL with a slight villager lead. Now has his main gold back. That's pretty sexy for him. Pikeman tech is shown. And Skirms are actually doing quite a good job there. Normally a unit that isn't doing a lot once we get in Castle Age. But debated those pikemen in and 4 down. More towers. Look at the minimaps. So much blinking stuff in the center there. Let's get an overview. How is it looking? So, MbL 3 TCs, another raid in the center there. Now the monasteries to clear up of those towers in the center. Let's take a look. First conversion. I think won't finish, and he did not get the conversion. Nice snipe there by Vivi. Towers are getting cleared up. I still don't know why he's not mixing in like 3-4 camels. Would make it so much better. Trade-off against the Knights, but maybe he feels Knights are better for raiding and the Pikeman edition better for the counter against the Knights. Now goes on to stone. What a weird mining camp. Population dead even again. What a beautiful game number 1 to start off this best of 7 series. Needs to run away. Does he get the conversion? Yep. Beautiful job there. Another raid at the bottom. Both players losing quite a bit, as you can see, running at the top. But we also have some losses here. Now jumps onto the gold. That's 11 villagers, so at least one has to go down. Cannot fit into the tower, but MbL not even reacting in time. So that's going to be some dead bodies here. Oh boy. No reaction because he was so active at the top. Still stuck with those villagers in there. What an ugly, ugly loss for him. And suddenly, villager advantage only at 5. And look at that, he didn't jump into the other tower. So that was, I think, 1 villager save plus the 3 in here. Makes 7 villagers going down. And suddenly, Vivi is 1 villager ahead. But I thought a beautiful spot for a castle, but actually it's the aggressive market by MbL. 6 strategies. Typical market rush. Another tower. Vivi is sitting at 32 stone. Completely mined out his 1 spot. Now, I think bought 100 stone to build the defensive tower. Needs to save his gold there. Knights are moving forward. Let's take a look how many snipes we can get. Probably right-click the Monk first. Monk jumping into the tower though. Nice move. Villagers still active and... oh, that's not the prettiest fight for him. Now eats the conversions behind this most likely as well. Indeed he did. I think guard tower is honestly an incredible addition. More raids in the back. Oh, interesting amount of CA added by Vivi. Make a trade card. Actually, what's the gold distance here? I'm not even sure if you get a full gold. Might need to make 2 trips to get 1 gold. Mangonel. Ooh, only 7 stone to repair for Vivi. Needs to buy more stone or the tower will go down. Now 2 Mangonels firing. And that's his main gold spot. This is so good for MbL. Could focus down those villagers. Gets 1 low HP on those. Wants to focus down the tower first and eats 2 more villagers on the way out. Another expansion here at the left-hand side. No one should have a real idea about that one, I believe. Yep, no one did scout the gold at the side. Some expansion here at the right. Finally, guard tower by Vivi. And, oh, Vivi wants to take the gold of MbL there. That's a nice addition. Monastery and No Man's Land to catch or collect those 2 relics. Beautiful move there. And, oh god, action just everywhere. I think the most active thing here is my mouse wheel at the moment. Zooming in when we have the sick chases of pikemen. And zooming out when we want to get a good overview over everything. Ballistic now. Lightcap moving in. They shouldn't do too much against the pikemen. They need to snipe monks and mangonels out here. I think guard tower is even cheaper than 300, 200. I think it's 250 wood, 100 food or something. Okay, let's take a look at some statistics, guys. Army value a bit better for MbL. Income, I would say pretty even for all of them, sitting at 3 TCs. MbL still on stone, something that Vivi isn't. Now the first relic collected in this game. Or at least picked up. Heavy plow behind this. Light Cav trying to get a kill here. And villagers. What is he doing here? Builds another house. Light Cav moving in. Pikemen at the front. Can they defend this? Oh, misclick by MbL. And monks are going down. Mangonel could go down as well. Sniping all the monks. And now has the Light Cav on stand ground. So the Mangonel was not finished off. Interesting. Night raid in the back here. Something we don't see too often. Massive army here by Vivi at the side. Was trying to find MbL, who's now out of his gold spot here. But his main gold spot is back. Oh, wheelbarrow timing. Oh boy, it doesn't have heavy plow either. Vivi witut handcart, both over 100 villagers, and yeah, Nikov pretty happy in the chat there. Equal population again. Market. Oh, we lost the one at the front to all the mangonels, and now it's up to Imperial Age. How did he do that? MbL, 200 food, 200 gold at the moment, mainly on mangonels. 4 more knights in production. He will stay massive knights. Vivi, instant reaction here. Beautiful move. Saves those villagers. Not a single villager lost. That's a very fortunate spot by him. That goal is still open. And oh, look at that. Vivi did scout the gold at the side. So good for him. Expanding there is annoying over at that gold. And MbL, how much gold does he have here? 3. Look at that. That looks way more. But actually, it's only 3.2k gold left. So MbL might actually get into gold problems, because that's 2.4 and that's 1.1. So both actually having the same amount of gold left if we don't count those 2 gold spots that are kind of neutral at the moment. Then where do you invest all your gold? We have 1 player casually having 2 relics, maybe even picking up another one at the top here. Oh yeah, look at that. 4 relics against 1. Great pickups behind all the action here by Vivi. Both at pop 150. MbL is going for the big castle age attack. Is he trying to charge up here? It looks like it against those towers. 2 monks behind this. I think Vivi won't be able to hold the right hand side here. Finally goes onto camels, some CA, and MbL will push it away. Might be triggered to make the go now that Vivi reaches Imperial Age. Bracer on the way, dumping behind this as well. We can see Vivi getting the conversion started. Both monks on 1 knight, not the prettiest thing. We'll get the conversion here. Now the attack is coming in. It feels like Vivi with some problems is going back, but 2 towers obviously helping out quite a bit. Bracer is now finishing, so the towers are dealing massive amount of damage behind this. As I said, I think the towers will be cleared up, but heavy losses on MbL's side. He kind of has to play it Castle Age all in now. Bayesian tactics and chemistry. The damage output will be so real. CA are going back. Some more raid at the side. Vivi, he is more active than I am. That is relic number 4. Let's take a look. Villagers are running away. Still 1 tower left in the back. Those were heavy losses. Pikeman production over at the right hand side helping out against those night raids. Population still super even. Mangonels are dealing something. Oh, actually going down there. What? Well, those were low HP, and well, Bracer CA suddenly doing quite some solid damage even against mangonels. At 25 against 126 villagers. Vivi now for the first time in forever with the 10 population lead. Monastery barely stays in the area of enough HP to not lose the relic. CA just so good now with the damage output. I think he's lacking 1 defense upgrade or something. Needs to run now, and he is. Some pikemen are coming over. Vivi staying so active here. Beautiful job by him. Gets a +2 defense for his infantry as well. Meanwhile, another raid at the front. Ram attack as well. Stays active with the CA. MbL is dropping down to pop 150. How much gold does he have left? 1.6k at the moment. Trying to reclaim that one. Not for now. Mainly light cav production at the moment. We have some raids at the top. Beautiful move there. Will win the fight. He's running around some stuff. Now next raid coming at the bottom though. And Vivi is playing a beautiful game. Light cav masses now coming to the front. CA and pikemen, and oh, I'm saying CA, but actually it's heavy CA pretty soon. And Mongols with their fast firing rate Just ridiculous there. Keeps on the production and the pressure in the center as well. That's just ridiculous. How do you ever stop this army? Do you go for skirmishes? Then he always outruns you. If you go for light cav, well, he has some pikemen to answer that. Knights won't really be gold efficient, especially if you're running out of gold. We now see MbL actually queuing up some skirmishes, but not going for the elite skirmisher defense. Right in the back here. MbL needed to run. This one is looking pretty good for Mr. Vivi. Lovely moves all around. We have the towers defending this one and the GG. What a great game. Number 1 to start off this series. Vivi, dominant performance. He was, in my opinion, starting it off with a very failed attack here. Super optimistic tower. Nice defense by MbL. Then the push through the center. But kind of lost the steam. Nice block of the gold. If only he stopped the extra golds a bit earlier. MbL with a bit more scouting. And then Vivi, he would have been the one going for the trash. Vivi's so active everywhere and so annoying with his towers over and over again. Chat did already discuss it. Maybe earlier Town Watch could have been something nice for him. We can take a look at the achievements together. Better KD by quite a margin for Mr. Vivi. Also, same amount of conversions actually. A bit surprising to me there. Had all the more gold, so much more wood as well. Food and stone somewhat even. And look at the difference. 12 minutes later Castle Age timing. But he made it happen with all his scouts. Beautiful move there. And also had 4 relics collected. Look at that distance there. What difference in time. Sick play by Mr. Vivi.